And when I was a gambler, I was doing the same thing as I'm doing today as a banker. So, in the same fashion, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has prohibited sale of debts, because it is one of the basic requirement of sale that you must deliver what you sell to another person. If you cannot deliver it, you cannot sell it. This is the basic concept given by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. On the basis of this, a debt cannot be sold, because it is not certain whether this debt will be repaid or will not be repaid. There is a risk of default all the time. Therefore, you cannot sell a debt. And if you analyze the basic causes of the financial crisis that we faced in our time, you will feel that the basic causes was, number one, trade in money, and the money supply, the artificial money supply created by derivatives, and sale of debts, and short sales. This was the basic cause of the present financial crisis. I have explained it in one of my articles that is I having today, and I'm giving a brief account of what I have written on it. So this is the basic difference between Islamic finance and traditional or conventional finance. The concept of money, the concept of trade, the concept of finance, the concept of sale. This is totally different. Keeping this in mind, when we advance towards Islamic financial system, we must be very clear about these concepts. And we should not make a hodgepodge of, Islamic principles and Western or secular or capitalist concepts that are prevalent today. So, we must be very clear in our mind. Alhamdulillah, there was a time when the people used to make mockery of the concept of interest-free banking or interest-free finance. But alhamdulillah, now over time, there is a growing number of Islamic institutions throughout the world. But what we need is the recognition of the basic differences between the two systems and true application of the Islamic principles in our financial sector. And unfortunately, because we are living in an atmosphere dominated by conventional finance, the Islamic financial institutions are also tending towards imitating the conventional finance and ignoring and neglecting the basic differences between the two systems. And what is more unfortunate is that they sometimes try to mimic each and every product offered by conventional institutions, and they say that unless we offer the same facility as is being offered by conventional financial systems, we cannot succeed. So this is in fact ignoring the basic concept on which Islamic financial institutions are created. So therefore, we should not imitate everything. We must abide by our own principles. We must honor our own principles, and then we should advance to the system based on these solid principles given by the Holy Quran and Sunnah. And I believe that if these principles are followed in letter and spirit, this is the best, the very successful remedy for the crisis we face often and on and off in our financial system. I have presented all these principles 2 years ago before World Economic Forum in Davos, and they were fully appreciated. But unfortunately, as I told you earlier, the atmosphere is totally dominated and governed by those who have interest in interest. So therefore, these recommendations or these principles have never been despite being admitted, they were not in force in the practical on practical ground. But I hope that Islamic financial institutions, Islamic banks, are duty bound to advance through these concepts and to introduce a true Islamic financial system based on these solid grounds, based on these solid principles. I think that I have taken much of your time, but I hope that these humble submissions will be attended to by the players of Islamic banking and Islamic finance on the ground. And I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He may give success to this very blessed initiative that has been taken by Islamic financial institutions, and they may deliver the responsibility given to their shoulders. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help them. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.